want to do for part B is we're going to measure out 10 grams potassium nitrate. So we want to tear this out, and then we're going to want to be able to measure it equally and balanced, 10 grams potassium nitrate. Then next thing we're going to do, we want to get a hot water bath going, and we're going to need a clamp, and then we want to get a test tube, and then we're going to want to transfer our potassium nitrate into that test tube, and we want to put our test tube into our hot water bath, and this is our hot plate. And then we're going to want to get 5 milliliters of deionized water, and then we're going to want to be putting our thermometer inside of our test tube, and we're going to want to keep constantly stirring with our copper wire. And we're going to do this until all the solid is dissolved. And then we're going to want to transfer our test tube once our solid is dissolved. It's going to take a while, and we're going to let it cool so that we can start, as soon as it starts crystallizing, then we're going to transfer it onto the hot plate again with the water bath, and then we're going to add 5 more milliliters. So we'll show that after it starts crystallizing. We're going to again dissolve the crystallization. We're going to add 5 more milliliters of deionized water, and then we're going to constantly keep stirring, and we always want to make sure we're recording our temperature, because we will do this for more trials. So we're going to stir, and then when we take it out again to cool so that it can start crystallizing, that we're going to record the new crystallization temperature. And then we want to repeat this, and by the time we're done repeating all the 4 trials, we should have 4 different crystallization temperatures and 4 different volumes of water as well. Okay, so for the calculations, what we're going to want to do is, the calculation for part B, the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to find our mass, and so we're going to want to convert this equation, density equals mass divided by volume. We're going to want to make it density times volume equals mass. So we know the density of water is 1, and we know their volume is 5 millimeters. And so we want to know that our mass of water is going to be 5 grams. So now that we have that, we can find our potassium nitrate. So with 5 grams, we know that potassium nitrate is 10 grams. And so then KNO3, and so then we know it's 5 grams of HNO3. Okay, and so then we need to say, okay, so we need our unit to be 100 grams of H2O. And so if we want to do that, we need to say, okay, so then what needs to be done here so that it can be 100? And so we're going to see how many times 5 goes into 100. So times 20 times 20, because we want to do 100 divided by 5, and that would equal 20. So we multiply by 20. And so then 10 times 20 would be 200 potassium nitrate grams. Don't forget our units. And then that 5 times 20 would be 100 grams of H2O. And that is how we can achieve our 100 grams of H2O in the denominator. And we can do this again with any other number as well. We could do this with, we can also do this with the masses of 10 grams. We could do it with the mass of 15 grams, and it would all just be however many 15 or 10 or any of the other masses goes into 100, and then we multiply by that number. Same theory we just followed.